she's washing my hair, talking, just
Barbershop.
Barbershop talk, right? And she goes, "Is it hot in here to you?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess it's a little warm." And she goes, "I think I'm gonna take your shirt off."
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hey Alabama podcast for Southern Storytellers. I'm Philip.
I'm Shane.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Chris.
Oh me. Y'all are in for a treat. These guys didn't have to come too far tonight, but I'm super excited about them being here. These are good friends, and you'll learn that as they tell their stories. We've got the usual storytelling tonight. We've got a sponsorship we want to tell you about for this episode that has made it possible, and then we've got a gift session.
It's a session.
And so we've been blessed and
So thankful.
super thankful. But y'all stick around and check out. We've been holding back. We wanted to do them all at once, and I don't know that was the right decision. But so we got a nice little gift session with some of our fans that sent us some cool things. So make sure that you check that out. And then we got a scripture time, and we're going to be talking about how to deal with grief. And we're going to be looking at how Jesus helps us with that.
Chris, I'm ready for you to tell me a story. And Joy, if you watch this, just know that I'm going to pay for this one. This was on me. I'm going to pick up the tab. So if you're mad at anybody, you can be mad at me. But tell me that great story.
I live with her, though, right?
Maybe it'll be okay.
Maybe it'll be all right. All right. So Jesse and I, we grew up in Hartselle, up in Morgan County. And when I finally got a real job, I had to move to Walker County. And I lived in the big metropolitan area of Cordova, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So just east of Jasper down there. Well, I'm working night shift at the time. And, I never worked night shift. So when I'm going to work, I go home, I go to sleep, man. I'm worn out. I mean, I was just praying I'd make it home every night.
That's not
every morning. I mean, it was tough. So I'd wake up and basically go back to work. So I didn't have a whole lot of social time. Well, I've been down there long enough. I needed a haircut. So, and y'all know, I mean, growing up in Hartselle, it was like on the Andy Griffith show, you had Floyd, right? Well, in Hartselle, you had a barbershop down there. Cheryl and Mark, they probably cut 80% of the people's hair in Hartselle, still do today. So I get down there and I walk in the control room one night and kind of picture this. There's TV monitors and all kinds of instrumentations in this room. And you got guys in there running this plant that were generating electricity. And I go in there and I ask the guys, I'm like, "Hey, y'all, I'm new down here. I need a haircut bad. And I don't know where to go. Y'all got anywhere you can get a haircut?" So the guy running the board, he's sitting there and I can just play it in my mind. He's in a big high back black chair, and he's got his back to me when I say it. And he just spins that chair around, He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "My wife cuts hair." And I was like, "Awesome." I was like, "What? I need to work out an appointment, a time." He goes, "I'll tell you what." He said, "She closes shop up at 5. So I know she ain't got any appointments after 5 o'clock. He said, "If you'll just get down there about 5. I'm like, "Well, I don't want to run." No. He said, "I don't have to worry about an appointment. Just be there at 5 o'clock. And he told me where to go and all that good stuff. Well, what I know about this guy at this point is he grew up in Oakman, Alabama. He played fullback at Oakman High School, and he was built like a hickory stump, right? I mean, he's wide, no neck. I'd heard stories about him being in tough men contests in Walker County, and y'all know that's where Butterbean
lives there.
That's right.
Got a restaurant there.
Yeah, that's it, right? So I'm here. So that's my guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So he tells me where to go that evening. So I get up, get me a shower, and I head that direction. Well, I head to Cordova, Alabama.
Oh,
Down on the river.
Deeper.
Getting deeper on the river.
The home of Shannon Heights.
That's it. So ends up the shop is back behind what was her mom and daddy's house. That's the way it's supposed to be in Cordova, Alabama, right?
Yeah.
So I pull around there and I ease up to the door and stick my head in the door. And there's a lady in there sweeping the floor. And she said, "You must be Chris." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, come on in. We'll get you a haircut." I said, Good deal. So I go in. She goes, "Well, how about we wash your hair before we get started?" And I'm like, "Well, I just got out of the shower." And she goes, well, it'll cut better if it's
Yeah.
wet. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. No big deal to me, whatever, So I go over there and sit in the chair, and she, I kick back, and y'all can imagine that big deep sink back there,
yeah.
She's washing my hair, talking, just
Barbershop.
small barbershop talk, right? And she goes, is it hot in here to you? And I'm like, well, I guess it's a little warm. And she goes, I think I'm going to take your shirt off. And, and I'm laid back here in this sink, and I'm like, well, surely, I'm thinking, well, she's got 2 shirts on or something, right?
Yeah, we're gonna take his sweatshirt off.
Yeah, I'm taking my vest off,
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm laid back here, and she's taking that shirt off, and all I can see is this bare back.
Oh.
Yeah. And I like butterfly tattoo, and it's like, I'm like,
Bear Barber.
oh yeah. And I'm like, oh no. And y'all look, I'm probably, 22 years old, when you get caught in a traumatic situation, right? There's fight or flight
That's it.
or freeze, right?
There is a third option.
I froze up, right? I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, surely she's got something on, right? Well, she turns back around, and she did have something on, but it was very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And she's still washing my hair.
Tassels.
So I'm come on.
Let him get there. He's gonna get there. I see how you got there, but
she had this thing on that covered the front. Okay.
A camisole.
And I guess that's what it was. So I'm playing through my mind here. It's like some people are just more open than others. If I say anything, am I going to make the situation worse?
Yeah.
What
You're
do
in a
I
bad
do?
position.
And listen, I'm a young guy, okay? Today, I'm a grown man. I handle it different today, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at that spot, I'm like, I remember all these thoughts going through, what do I do? What do I do? So she gets through washing my hair, and she sets me up. Well, now I'm looking in the mirror, y'all imagine sitting there looking in the mirror. And I'm like, and now I'm thinking too, back to her question about, is it hot in here to you? I'm like sweating at this point, right? I'm like, my goodness, yeah, it's hot in here now. Well, about that time, the entrance door would be over here to my right. And I'm looking in the mirror, and the door comes open.
oh no.
And in the door pops my buddy from work.
No neck fullback.
No neck fullback tough man, right? From Oakman, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the look on his face, I remember seeing the look on his face, and he's looking at her and goes, what are you doing? What? I'm just in here, and we're cutting Chris's hair. What are you wearing? Well, it's just us in here. I know it's, look, here they go. They go into this yelling at one another argument.
So he wasn't in on it.
I'm sitting here looking at the mirror, and I'm like looking at the door going, all right, he'd kill me probably if he caught me.
If
But
his hands get
pretty,
to me.
But I'm pretty sure I can outrun him. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? But I'm like, I didn't do anything. I know I'm just here. I'm just, oh my goodness, what do I do? And I'm like, maybe if I just get up and start walking out, they're going at one another enough that maybe they just let me go. I just walk out of here. Well, after what seemed like forever, right? I'm looking in that mirror, and he glances over in the mirror, right? And he meets me in the eye, and he gives me a little grin, And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? And he starts laughing. And I'm like, I could feel my blood. I could feel my blood just, sink, Well, then I hear more laughing. And I'm like, his real wife was over in the corner behind the towel rack with a camcorder on it. And listen.
Blackmail.
Oh, baby. Yes.
This is just good.
So look, remember, I walk in that control room. Y'all know where I can get a haircut. He wheels around in that chair. Yeah.
Yes,
my
I do.
My wife cuts hair. Well, look, I go do my job the rest of the night, right? He came up with this plan. He told everybody there what he was going to do. Told them he was going to record it. Told him he was going to record it. And listen, he was going to bring the video back to work the next night. So next night, they all show up, and they're like, they're ready to see, what happened, She didn't hit the record button.
The perfectly executed plan.
Yes. So anyway, long story short, I got a free haircut. I did. She
No
actually
charge.
did cut my hair.
She was a legit barber.
Yes.
Barberess.
Not legit his wife.
Yeah, the lady that they had, they just found somebody. It was a buddy that
Was she a barber at Wesley's?
And on the county line.
Everybody in Alabama know where to turn at. Turn right there.
That's where tornadoes turn.
That's what James Spann said.
Maybe so.
Man.
Is that not great?
Oh, it was.
I can't believe you made it out of there and it wasn't recorded.
I know. And listen, the guys, they were like, so, I mean, look, they laughed. They thought the story was great. But, they really gave them a hard time about it not being recorded. They really wanted.
Do you think about the disappointment?
Oh, yeah.
They waited all day for that.
That's why they came to work.
That's
that
right.
night. I mean, that's why they showed up.
I've got to go back to when the plan was formulated. Did your boss formulate it instantly?
Oh, look, this guy, he was, now I know, right? I just didn't at the time. He was known for coming up with
some plans.
I'm going to get you, right?
The prank.
I don't know how fast he put that together, in his mind, but he knew he had me, right? When he wheeled around in that chair, I don't know if he knew what he was going to do, but he knew he had me.
You were a 10-point buck out in the middle of Greenfield in January.
Oh, buddy. He was like, yeah,
I know where you can get a haircut.
Yeah, absolutely.
My guess is that you weren't the first one. And probably not the last.
Well, so look, as time went by, people would hear about that at work or whatever, and I'd say, well, let me tell you what happened, and I'd tell the story, Well, years, and he's retired now. He's retired, but he started moving up in the company.
With a brain like that, I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah, sharp, right? So he starts moving up. Well, his name would come up, and somebody would go, hey, tell that story about. So I'd tell it, right?
Man.
He calls me one day, and he's like, hey.
Hey, yeah, stop telling that.
Yes. Yeah, you got to. And I'm like, no,
you did it.
You go on that one.
You sowed the seeds, and you're going to reap what you sowed.
That's right. So I guess, I still, I guess I'm still telling it.
Man.
It's a great story. Yeah. The reason I knew that story prior to the recording is because I talked to Chris about coming on the show, and I said, well, think through some stories and then tell me one, and then we'll move forward. This is the one he tells me, and I said, I don't want to hear no more stories. That's good enough. If that's the only one you tell, that's good enough.
When the story starts with Baldo and ends in Cordova, you know you got a good one.
Yeah, buddy. Throw some Oakman in there, you're in the right area right there.
That's full course
Sadly
meal.
enough, this ain't the only time he's been in a predicament like that.
Oh, really?
Look, we're not going to bury me.
This is the problem with bringing your friends.
We're not going to bury me on this show.
You said you wanted to bring your friend.
We're going to go a different route, Chris. We're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, let's talk about a different topic.
Yep.
Well, go ahead and throw him under the bus. I'm ready to drive over.
I think he's going to to talk about it later. You wasn't going to do that?
Yes, he is.
No, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Huh?
The hitchhiker.
Oh, the hitchhiker.
You picked up a hitchhiker.
That was in Cordova, too.
Yes, we're in.
Of course it was. I expect nothing less.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought you said you were going to
Jesse,
tell
you're
that.
killing me. So, so I'm headed to work one morning, and it's dark. I mean, we started work 6 o'clock. In the wintertime, it's dark, right? So I'm headed in, and a buddy of mine, we worked at the same place, but I was working an 8-hour shift and he was working a 10. We started at the same time, but I got off before he did. So we'd meet up and leave at the same time, but we're in different vehicles. So we're driving through there, and I'm behind him. And as he's going down Horse Creek Boulevard and leaving out of Summiton, Dora area, headed towards Cordova, and he goes, and there's a pickup truck on the left side of the road, like an old square body Chevrolet.
Ooh.
And there's a lady in front of the truck, and it's like mist and rain and like in the 40s. I mean, just miserable outside, and she's outside of the truck. Well, I see her, in his headlights. So it got my attention. And at the time I was, a first responder, I trained, and I'm like,
Volunteer.
yeah. And I'm like, hey, something's wrong. I mean, something's out of whack here, So I had a two-way radio at the time, push to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We love those.
Yeah. So I hit the push to talk, and I told my buddy, I was like, hey, I'm going to circle around and see what's going on if they need some help or whatever. He said, that's good. He said, I'll pull off. There was a Second Baptist Church up there on the right. He said, I'll pull off in that church parking lot and you holler at me, let me know. I said, okay, that sounds good. So I whip around there. Well, as I'm pulling back up to the truck takes off and leaves the lady standing in the road. So I rolled down my window and I was like, is everything okay? Oh, we just had a fight. We just had a big fight and he's kicked me out. And can you give me a ride to Cordova? Well,
absolutely not.
Well, here again. Here again, y'all. Listen, y'all.
Chris says, "Come on in."
Listen, y'all. Look.
Turn it. See, he's seen her.
How do you cut hair?
So I was not smart. When I was okay.
You're not painting that picture.
But listen, I thought I'm trying to help somebody.
Good
right?
Samaritan.
First responder kicks in.
Right, I'm trying to help somebody. Mm-hmm. Well, in this moment, I kind of knew I had made a mistake, right? But do you drive off and leave a woman standing on the side of the road?
Well, no Southern gentleman's going to do that.
Right. Now I will now. but at
they come on nowadays.
But at that time, I was like, this is the right thing to do. I need to help this person, right? So can you give me a ride to Cordova? Yeah. So she gets in, and y'all, we didn't make it 30 seconds down the road.
She ain't propositioning.
It's getting bad fast.
No.
Bad. And I'm like, listen,
I'm just giving you a ride.
That's it. I am a happily married man.
You ain't got to pay for nothing.
Yeah, yes, I am. So listen, it was not good, right? Out of the gate. I mean, I just couldn't. I was so taken back by
no wonder you done had a fight.
Yeah. That's why she was getting kicked out of the right. So look, thank goodness my buddy right had pulled off the side of the road up there, right. So when we go by him, I flashed. I kind of gave a blink on the headlight, right.
Here I come.
So when I came by, he pulls in behind me, like right in behind me. Buddy, y'all, she looked like a cat on a hot tin roof.
That's police.
Yes. Was that the cops? Was that the cops? And
police.
I'm like, may have been.
Might have been. Should have been.
And look, I'd already said what I said, and it really helped kind of straighten things out.
Because you might be undercover.
Whew. So anyway, and I told her, I was like, look, I'm going to take you to Cordova. When we get to Cordova, you're going to get out and we're going to
We ain't got to talk about no more.
That's right.
Unless we're talking about the Lord, and then we can have some conversation. But.
So we make it to Cordova. She gets out. I go to work. Of course, I'm hitting my buddy on the radio. You ain't going to believe this. He's like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me? So I get to work and I start talking about, I tell my boss at the time, I was like, man, what in the world is going on down here? I would have never imagined right here in Summiton, that I had no idea that this would
even be an issue.
No, how would this happen? And he's like, man, and I told him about, my buddy Matt pulling in behind me. And he's like, man, if she thought that was the cops, he said, you better go out there and check your vehicle. Ooh. He said, if she had any drugs on her.
She's done offloaded that.
Oh, my goodness. So I had to wait on the sun to come up. I'm out there looking under the seats. I'm like, my goodness. And he's like, man, can you imagine if you'd have gotten pulled over or something, and she'd have been like a known,
Yes.
person in the area,
Yes.
and here you are. I'm like,
You're
oh
toting
my
it around.
Are you kidding me? So ladies,
Guilty by
I'm sorry.
association.
If you broke down on the side of the road and I drive by, there's a good chance I'm not stopping.
Call
I'm
for
sorry.
help, but that's it.
I will call you help. That's it.
You may stop, but you crack the window down.
Yes.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
help
call
you?
somebody?
Yes,
for you.
give me a number.
Stand right there.
Yes. Oh, that was
That'll
something.
change your life.
Oh, but
There's some movie out. Wasn't there some scary movie out that Hitchhikers and
Oh yeah.
that ruined me.
Yeah.
I'm done picking up
I
Hitchhikers
think
after
it's
that.
part of a lot of scary movies.
Yeah.
Actually.
yeah, I wasn't smart, y'all. Okay, I admit it. I
And if
admit
it's
it.
not a scary movie, it don't go well either way.
No,
For something good to happen.
It wasn't. No, bad situation. Yeah.
I want Jesse to tell us the story next, but before we do, I want to let you guys know who's making this episode possible. If you would, hand me that Campdog right there.
You better believe it.
Dog Cajun
Dog.
seasoning.
Campdog.
Man, we went down there. This should air after the
Alligator hunt.
alligator hunt and everything, so you guys are familiar with Campdog. But man, I've been putting this on everything.
Putting it on everything.
Where's it been my whole life?
It's
But if
been
you
down
want
there in
some
Louisiana.
authentic Cajun seasoning, Campdog. We're gonna put a link in there, and they've also given a promo code HAP, and you can get a discount. But make sure the next time y'all need some seasoning, or if you just need some Cajun seasoning, or
Hot sauce.
they got hot sauce, which is delicious, by the way, and what do you call those?
Fish fry.
You get the fish fry, hush puppy mix, and other things. But y'all go over there and check them out. We really appreciate the Arnos,
Mr. Neal.
Mr. Neal, for hooking us up. But without further ado, Jesse, get us another story.
All right, I'm gonna do the Jeep.
I'm going to do the Jeep.
I'm gonna do the Jeep, he
I'm
said.
gonna steal it from him here.
Do it.
So, right after high school, I had my eye on a Jeep, a nice, beautiful Jeep.
It was
80
pretty-
it
Had a
was,
lot of beautiful hair.
it was an 83.
I don't remember it that way.
It was an 83, nice
Okay.
Jeep.
Those that flip real good.
Yes, yeah.
High
And,
insurance bill.
But it had air conditioning, automatic, everything.
This is the brown one.
yes,
It
yeah,
was
yes,
nice
good looking Jeep.
It was nice. Too.
So we're going up to Newmarket to go ride around, look at deer and that sort of thing. Me and Chris are going up there.
Daytime or nighttime?
Evening.
Never mind,
Afternoon.
don't worry.
It does. Afternoon. It
Dusk.
does. It does matter.
It does.
matter.
Evening.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go up on the mountains and stuff, and we're riding around. Well, when we're coming down, my strap for my battery broke, and so it falls over on the distributor and dumps battery acid into the distributor. So it's running terrible.
Not good.
Right.
We're rolling at the speed of smell.
Yes. So,
Not like my boots was rolling
Yes.
we've already come all the way through Huntsville, turned on 65 at 35, 40 mile an hour was all it would do.
Max. It just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it would not go over it. So we're coming down through here, and there's blue lights up ahead, and I'm like, we're done. Like he's going,
But he had somebody pulled over already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but there's a part to this as to why I know we're done. Okay, I know we're getting pulled over. So when we go by, he's getting done with this traffic stop immediately. He don't even cut his lights off.
Timed it any worse.
He comes right out behind us with his lights still on. He never cuts them
Your
off.
2 for 1.
turn.
And pulls over, and I said, we're probably going to jail.
And I'm like, oh no, I didn't think it was that. I mean, I'm like, no big deal, right? Until the nice officer gets on the intercom and says,
The bullhorn.
"Put your hands out the windows where I can see them."
But why?
You driving too slow, I'm going to pull you over for killing time.
So when he asked me, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, it's because I was going slow. And he goes, because, there's a minimum speed limit
Yeah.
on the interstate. And he goes, no. He said, I'm used to Jeeps going slow all the time. I've had one.
That happens.
He said, your tag is swapped. Your tag is expired. And I knew that.
You were going slow if he could read your
Yes,
tag. when
exactly.
you were
And
back.
He almost passed us.
He goes
When
by,
he pulled back out,
watching the tag.
he like comes
I forgot
by and then
about
he's
that.
like, mm-mm.
Yep.
Nah, he's like,
He-
nah, boys,
Yep.
We're going to talk about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So he asked us to put our hands out the window, and I stuck my hands out the window. And I looked at him. I said, "Put your hands out the window. We're going to jail because I have information that he doesn't have."
Oh, he still doesn't have it.
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
I'm
Not privy.
I'm like right now. I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm like, well,
Yeah, hey, here's my hands.
Yeah.
So he gets
As
me
any
out.
good friend.
Right.
would
So he
do.
gets me out of the Jeep, puts my hands on there, and pats me down and puts me in handcuffs and puts me in the front seat of the car. And about this time, we're sitting in here in the car, and John Waddle went to church with him. He's a deacon of the church. He has Jonathan and Timothy in
Who
there.
are my brother-in-laws
They're
now.
his brother-in-laws now. and
Today.
they're the preacher's two sons.
Yes. Okay.
So
yes.
the deacon of the church and the preacher, they pull up. They've been up doing the same thing in his Jeep.
Yeah.
Timothy gets out and he starts walking back, and that officer's going,
Yeah.
Do you know this guy? And I said, yeah. I said, I know him. He goes, is he a problem? Is he dangerous? I said, no, he's not. He's not dangerous at all. He said, he needs to go back. And that's
Yeah.
when he gets on there and keys up. And then
I'm leaning out the window. I'm going, Tim, go back, buddy. I don't know what's going on, but this ain't good. And then I hear, please step away from the vehicle. I'm like, dude, for real,
Yep.
just go. I don't know what's happening. Of course, he turns around and goes back.
yeah. So we're sitting in the front seat of the car, and he's pulling the VIN numbers up and all that. And he said, first off, you got an expired tag. I said, I knew it was expired. He goes, it's swapped. Back in those days, the tag went with the vehicle. So I didn't know that it was swapped. I just knew that it was expired. And the reason I had not done the tag is because I had gotten a letter from the state that it was either stolen or sold at parts only from Georgia into the state of Alabama. And they told me to stop driving it. Well, I drove it anyway. So
You thought it was a suggestion.
yes. I'd already bought another Jeep to swap VIN numbers on. I was going to swap. I bought an 84 that was a rough Jeep.
That's the one I thought it was.
There's a lot of swapping stuff going on. I'm not sure this needs to air.
So
we were
did.
young and dumb.
Okay.
So and we ended up not doing it for this very reason.
There you
right
go.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we were gonna.
that was the whole intention. So he's like, now we have another problem. This Jeep is stolen. I said, well, it said in there. He said, no, that's like the code it comes under. It's stolen out of the state of Georgia. So we've got a problem.
Hands up.
I'm sitting up there in the passenger seat. I'm like,
You
man,
still got
they're
your
taking
hands
forever.
still out.
I'm like, man, they're taking forever.
Yep. I don't know why or how this happened, but he said, I'm going to write you tickets for the swap tag and the expired tag. And I'm going to let you drive home. I'm going to let you get in that Jeep and I'm going to let you drive home. And he wrote me a couple more tickets going
Yeah.
too slow on the interstate. You know, he hammered me.
He
He
had
says,
a
of course,
stack.
you're going to have to go to court for this and explain to the judge why you're driving around in a Jeep that's stolen. But I'm not going to put an arrest on you right now because of how all this has gone down. There was a bunch of stuff that went wrong with it. So we're going down the interstate. We're going home.
At
And
35 miles an hour.
And I'm tore
No,
up.
no, listen. What's terrible about it is after we pull back on the interstate,
It's
the
running like a
distributor dried out and
Yeah,
it's running by.
like a top. Yeah, it just needed to sit a minute. So I'm tore up. I've got probably
It's a lot.
$700 to
It's
$1,000
a
worth of
stack of
tickets.
tickets. It's a stack of
And
tickets.
a stolen vehicle, and he had put the puzzle pieces together that it was actually stolen, that I'm driving a stolen vehicle, and I don't know how this is all going to go. Still owe money on it. And I pass our exit. And he told me, he said, you go straight home. I'm going to make sure you go home. And I passed.
He's so shook up, right? He goes right by the exit. And I'm like,
With a state trooper behind you.
Yes, sir.
Lordy day.
and I'm like,
Follow
what?
us.
I'm like, where are we going? I'm like, just whip around in the, and I'm messing with him now, right? I'm just whip around in the median. This thing's 4-wheel drive. And he's like, no.
10 and 2, go down to the Thompson Road exit and get off there and go home and park it. And I never drove it again. Swapped everything into that other Jeep and fixed it up and drove it, and ended up selling it for parts only. So
it's,
yeah.
I mean, the moral to me, the takeaway was nothing ever comes good out of owning a Jeep.
no,
that's
I've
True.
owned
100%.
I spent more time working on them than I ever did driving them and enjoying them.
I've got a question. How did you purchase the vehicle and not know it was stolen?
So this is why he let me go. It had been titled 6 times in the state of Alabama.
Titled 6 times a stolen vehicle.
I don't know how they done it, but they sold it in, and that I guess that racket they had going on over there, they could get it done before it hit, and they'd already titled it several times.
Hey, we studied this last night in Bible study. They some folks wise in the
yeah.
ways of the world.
Oh,
They can
I thought
figure
y'all
out.
studied how to get stolen vehicles.
No. The lesson was in talking about James, where he's talking about the difference between being wise in the world and wise in the Lord. Like, there's some people who just know how to do stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a clue. Let me go try to title a stolen vehicle. I'm getting arrested right there on the spot.
100%.
At the court.
First time,
And
not
they-
6 times.
And they titled it to me.
Wow.
That was the whole thing. They had
Your name and everything.
They had titled it to me, and right before I went to go get the tag in my name, I had to go get the sticker for it. That's when I got the letter from the state of Montgomery.
And he looks up
From
there,
Montgomery.
and Gulliver's sitting in your front seat.
Yes,
He's saying, "Let these guys go."
yeah. And you was talking about wise. You have wise. You have wise to the world. Biblical wisdom, and then there was us that had no.
We were just,
Neither.
we're just
Wisdom.
dumb.
Yeah.
We're just dumb.
Wow.
I moved over here to Blount County, and at the time, I was I ended up joining a hunting lease up in Tennessee, and I got young kids at home, so a lot of times I would wait till after supper, like bedtime, and I'd drive up there, and I had a little camper up there I'd stay in, but I tried to manage that time, at home. So I was leaving a lot of times. It'd be 8, 9 o'clock at night when I'd head up there, right, for a Saturday hunt on a Friday evening. Well, I pull in the gas station there one night, and I'm going to top off the truck, and I had a Polaris Ranger on the trailer that I drive, so I'm topping it off, and here again, I pull up. It's night, it's wintertime, been dark for a while. I pull in the gas station, so I've learned a little bit at this point in my life.
They're cautious.
Yes, so
Opportunities.
Yes, I had opportunities to learn. So I'm looking around, I'm paying attention, what's going on. There was one vehicle in the parking lot. There was an individual inside talking to the person inside. I mean, I'm watching what's going on here. So while I'm topping things off, the guy starts coming out of the store, and he starts talking to me, and I'm like, man, I'm ready. I got to get on the road. It's like nearly a 3-hour drive. I mean, I'm ready to go. And I remember the guy had a real gravelly voice. He's, hey, you from around here? And hey, he's just talking. And I was like, yeah, I live a little east of here. He goes, well, you don't live at so-and-so, do you? And he mentioned a spot that wasn't far away there. And I'm like, no, I don't live there. And he goes, you ever heard about that place over there? I'm like, well, whatever. He goes, let me tell you something. And he starts talking, and he starts telling me about a friend that he has that lives up that way. And I don't remember what he said, but I'll call her Miss Susie, whatever. Miss Susie lives up there, and I hadn't heard from Miss Susie in a while, so I gave her a call. Just, hey, how you doing up there? Y'all doing all right? And so I talked to her, and I decided I was going to go over and see her and her son. So I go pull up over there, and I'm talking to them, and it says, we get to talking, and she says, well, the other day, her son says, he's looking out the back window, and one of them Bigfoots come up again. And listen again, and listen now. I said that with an S on the end because that's how plural. Bigfoots. That's what he said. Okay, and I'm like, well, now I was ready to go.
I'm kind of invested now.
Now I'm like, all right, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm here for it.
I got you. He goes, yeah. He said, and listen. Now, Miss Susie, she's a woman of the cloth. That's what she said. That's what he said. So he's vouching for her, right? So
She ain't gonna lie.
that's right. That's right. And says it hollers at her son, Bobby, come in here. Hey, tell him about them Bigfoot you seen out there the other day. And he starts telling me this story about how.
So the son is there as well.
Oh yeah, he's the one who saw this one last. And well, where was it? It was right out there behind that tree. And I'm like, I cannot believe I'm hearing this.
Yeah, I can't believe you even entertained it. Really,
I cannot believe I'm. But he's for real, And then he gets into, hey, have you heard these stories, And I'm like, yeah, I have. I mean, even since I've lived here, I mean, there's some things that have happened since I've lived here that I know about. And he said, Bigfoots.
There's the culprit.
So I'm like, and y'all, listen, I kid y'all not. He, of course, I can't give it justice. The detail that he went into.
Beautiful hair.
Well, listen, he starts describing what that guy tells, how tall it was, and
How tall what? We thinking like 6 foot.
No, he was talking about something like 8 feet tall.
Come on.
Oh yeah, like it's for real deal.
Bigfoots.
Big
That's why I got
foots.
the S on me.
Bigfoots.
Well, I was wondering the whole time if we're singular or plural.
Yeah.
Because in the country, we'll add an S and it's singular.
Yeah.
Walmarts.
That's
well,
right.
well, that's a great
Walmarts.
point.
Kmart's.
That's a great point.
So I'm thinking, we got a pair of them.
Yeah. Well, he acted like it was like from their experience, it was common. They knew about it. And that was the solution as to everything, all the legendary tales that we've always heard over there. There's your culprit right there, Bigfoots.
Yeah, you didn't see the Bigfoots.
I didn't see the Bigfoots.
But they had seen
those,
something.
Those two people,
It sounds like often.
woman of the cloth.
Are they still living?
I don't know. I tell you, if I had a do-over, I'd have whipped out the old iPhone and I'd have recorded that and I'd have asked for more information. Oh, it'd have been gold.
Tell me this again.
Please. Yeah, when I got through, when he finally leaves and I start heading to Tennessee, I called Jesse and I'm like, dude, you're not gonna believe it. And the first thing he said was, did you record it? And I'm like, oh, I am an idiot. I didn't.
How many years ago was this?
Not many.
Oh, this is recent?
Oh, this was within the last 5 years.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're probably still living.
Oh, I would think
Likely.
so.
Likely.
I would think so.
Could you pick him out of a lineup?
Was it the same guy
I
that I talked to several weeks ago?
I never heard him speak. If I heard the guy's voice, y'all, he had a very distinct voice. I mean, it was just, just a noticeable, probably sing like unbelievable, right? Just a real gravelly voice, very recognizable.
Do you think if we got one of those police artists that you could describe
Yeah.
and get it drawn out? And
If I drew it, it would look like that leprechaun picture.
yeah. I want the leprechaun. I want to go.
That was a great artist sketch, by the way.
If
One of
we
the finest
could
I've
get a sketch done, we could put up some posters
We can find this guy.
similar to. I mean, it'd probably be
Have him
as
on.
they
Look,
might
we
be
would
as
have
a-
him on.
Oh, I was about to say,
oh,
100%.
If he's got Bigfoot stories,
It might be.
multiple.
He might be as
Bigfoot's stories.
seclusive though as Bigfoot's himself. It may be
Could
harder
be.
than.
Could be. Yeah. If I saw the guy and heard him speak, I would automatically know that was him, without a doubt.
I think we got to find this guy.
Look, it's one thing to find somebody that has a Bigfoot story or a Bigfoot story.
That's the way I like
It's a
to say
whole other deal when you find somebody who has witnesses to their Bigfoot story.
Yeah, he
That's a
had
whole
witnesses.
different
Oh, yeah.
deal.
Well, that was we had a Black Panther guy that come on and he had witness, but it was the same witness
Yeah.
2 times. And I was like, Ethan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Be
man.
careful. Be careful.
So we gave him
You're
Evan.
close.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tempted to tell the story.
What are you waiting on?
You know what story I'm talking about.
Do it. Oh, that's a good one.
You think I should tell it?
That's a good one.
So I'm going to tell a story that I was told. This is not my story, and I'm going to tell this story just as it was told to me. So if it is a non-truth, just know I'm telling truth because I'm going to tell it just like it was told to me. There was a young man who had a bad home relationship. Just him and his dad didn't get along. And at 14, he had never received a birthday present his entire life. But on his 14th birthday, after getting in a fist fight with his dad and winning that fist fight, his dad is so moved that he buys him a motorcycle.
Earned his credit.
So
For that birthday.
for his first birthday present ever, at the age of 14, he gets a brand new motorcycle. And he gets the motorcycle for his birthday, and the first thing that he does is drives to Arizona.
At 14.
Well, then in the state of Alabama, you can get a motorcycle license at the age of 14. So we're tracking. And I'm tracking with him as he's telling it. He's escaping, as you can imagine. He's painted a very bad picture of his home life growing up. So he goes to Arizona. When he gets to Arizona, he's out there in the desert. Pulls over. He doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't know anybody. He's never left the state before. And he runs into a group of other bikers. You'll never guess what this group of bikers, they have a name for this group of bikers. Do you know what the name might be?
The Angels.
The Angels. Hades Angels.
You got it.
We're going to say Hades Angels for the show, just in case anybody, They take him in.
Of course they do. Why not?
And he's been looking for
A group.
family, love, and he reports they brought him in, showed him love, was super kind, and began to teach him things that would build upon the aggression that he showed with his dad.
Wisdom of the world of what we were talking about earlier.
And there you go. And he eventually, so he is ranking up, doing this assignment successfully, And he said he rode around with a logging chain tied to the back of his new motorcycle that they had bought him in the Hades Angels. Well, he becomes best friends with the man. I don't know what they call the man of that group, but the
leader of the pack.
Leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom. So he is really good in with this guy, and the guy says, look, my time here is drawing nigh, and you're the guy that I want to make the next leader of Hades Angels. I was thinking, I have made it. But he's got so much at this time because of the assignments that he's done and everything. He's got so much anger, bitterness, and just terrible place in his heart. So he just takes off one day for a ride. And he goes, and he's going, and he's crossing this bridge that's got a river under it. And he said he just felt the need to pull over. So he pulls over in the middle of the bridge. And he's sitting there, and he has this moment where God calls him right there and says, you've been running from me. You're living this life, and you know what's wrong, and I want you to give me your life, and I want you to be mine. And he said, this voice is clear. Logging chain still on the back of this brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. And he said it was so strong that he said, I prayed right there in that moment. He said, I'll give it all to you. He lifts up the front wheel of the motorcycle and puts it on the cement of this bridge. He goes around to the back, lifts up the back, and now it's teetering, and he pushes off this brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle and the logging chain. And he's just watching it. And it goes down there, and he says, when it splashes, his anger is gone. All the bitterness is gone. But he said, I didn't know what to do.
I ain't got no ride now.
I ain't picking him up.
And Chris ain't getting a hitchhiker.
But that's not all. As he's standing there wondering what to do, now another audible voice from God says, walk to the end of this bridge. I've already pushed my motorcycle off. He just walks to the end of the bridge. And when he gets there, he said the guardrail kind of goes out, and there's some high grass right there, and there's something in the grass. He looks, goes over there, picks it up. It's a Bible. He opens it up, and the first page he opens it to, there's a card in there, handwritten. Go to Nashville, Tennessee, and preach my word. It's all he needs. He closes the Bible, thumb out, and
I'm on the way to Nashville
with good people like Chris, all the way to Nashville.
Sure, I'll take you.
Gets to Nashville. He's like, what now? And on the street corner was a tent revival going on. Now he's just gotten saved, and he goes to the tent revival. Nobody's there. They're just setting it up for the night. This is down there, downtown Nashville. And the guy that's setting it up walks up to him and he says, you're finally here. And he's thinking, what do you mean I'm finally here? He said, God told me you were coming to preach tonight. He said, I can't preach. I just got saved a couple of days ago in Arizona. I don't know how to preach. I've never even read the Bible. He said, I'm just telling you, God told me you were coming and you were going to preach. And he said, okay, what time do I need to be back to preach? And he said he read through the Bible just a little bit, prayed, came back when the revival was starting that night, and prayed. And he said, I don't even remember how many people got saved that night.
Told for the truth.
Told for the truth.
I mean, I ain't got no reason to doubt it.
I got a witness right here.
Oh, it was.
I mean, you didn't get to hear the story, but you.
They were there.
They were there.
The person was there. The person.
And I told him. I mean, you know me. I mean,
I
we're
know
storytellers.
you.
I love to listen to stories. I told him, I said, that's probably one of the most wildest stories that I've ever heard. I said, are you telling me the truth? And he just looked at me like, why are you questioning me?
Yeah.
Why would I lie to you, man?
So there's the story, retold the best that I can tell it, that was told to me that
Well,
day.
nothing in that is impossible.
No, it's not impossible. There's just
It's just highly improbable.
a lot of big things went on in that
A
story.
lot of big things.
Big things.
I had a friend of mine that called, Evan. You remember it? You know Evan. He called me one day and had a friend. He said, hey, a friend of mine got called to preach. He said, I'm going to go hear him preach Friday night. He said, his first message, he said, he's all tore up, though. He's real nervous. And I said, well, rightfully so, you know. And he said that his friend had told him, he had a big, long message planned. And he told him what the Lord was really working with him. And he said he got up there, they sang their songs. And, man, it was just a great service. And they called him up there to preach. And he said that his buddy got up there and he said he was just visibly shaking.
I can see him.
He visibly shaking. He said, where's the Lord God of Elijah? The end.
Yes.
Y'all can get a song.
If we could get to song director,
Go ahead and come back up. I laughed about
that really
that.
was it.
That was his message.
Wow.
But it was so funny to me because, again, he had this elaborate plan.
45-minute exposition.
Had it planned out. When you get up there behind that book board, things change, buddy.
That's all that came out.
It's all that came out. And I have, we every now and then I'll just send Evan that message, where's the Lord God of Elijah?
I don't remember if we dogged off early that day or whatever, but we had decided that we were going to go do some scouting. It was late summer, and we were going to go scout around a little bit, see what we couldn't find we had nothing better to do, I guess. So we go to this spot, and I don't know how many acres that cornfield is. It's a large cornfield. And we decided to walk through said cornfield. And it's clean on the bottom, they had it sprayed, so the bottom's clean. But these corn stalks, I mean, they were significant. They were full-grown corn.
Bigfoot's high.
Bigfoot's, about the size of a Bigfoot's, that's right. And, a lot of people, I guess, I know what it feels like to be grass cut. I know what it's, that corn, we're walking through there. And look, we're in shorts and T-shirts, and we get halfway through this cornfield, and it's kind of like, hey,
Why are we here?
we're getting
cut up.
we're getting
just
cut up, bad, right?
Like it's starting to hurt. It's starting to be a problem.
it's not fun. Yeah. It's not fun. So we get to the other end of it, but now we've walked probably 2 miles.
It's 2 miles.
To the end of this.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So
I still hunt there. It's 2 miles.
Motorcycles. A 2-mile cornfield?
it's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
Like when you said large, I was thinking 20 acres.
Yeah.
This
it's-
is right on the Tennessee River, and it runs beside the river, and that's important.
Why in the world y'all?
Look, I have said more than once we weren't real smart.
So I had been back there before and seen a lot of deer. So I was like, we need to get back in this corner where everything comes together and look at this because it's a good.
The best way
it's
to
a
get
great
back
spot.
there would have been
A
like a
boat.
boat, but
Yeah.
we didn't have a boat,
Right.
so we had to walk. So
Or on the edge of the cornfield maybe makes sense.
well, so We get through there and we're like, man, we ain't walking back through that. I mean, that was
That ain't
that was misery, right? So, but then
Need a pint of blood.
you had a little strip of woods that was, poison ivy, poison oak, grown up, ticks, I mean, you're starting to wonder, why are we even here at this point in time, right?
Miserable.
And there's three of us. There were three of us. And I don't remember which one of us had the bright idea. You remember whose idea? Whose idea was it? So
Ownership. I like that.
I'm glad it was yours.
Yeah.
So he goes, why don't we get in the river and we'll just wade up the edge of the Tennessee River back to the truck.
Stay out all
And
the stuff.
we'll get out of everything. And we'll get to cool off a little bit, right? I mean, it seemed like a legitimate plan. So we get in the water and we don't go very far. And there's a big tree that has fallen. So there's this big treetop. And now we get to thinking about cottonmouths, and, whatever else. So it's like, yeah. So it's like I'm not walking across that. I mean, it was a pretty significant, log
Conundrum.
jam.
Yeah, we had a problem.
So it's like, well, let's just swim out around it. Well, my granddaddy used to talk about on the river, they'd be pulling water. Y'all ever heard him talk about pulling water, right? So that would have been Wheeler Dam, would have been open, and they were moving water that day, okay? Well, Jesse could swim pretty good. Jonathan was with us, my now brother-in-law. He could swim well. Chris could survive, okay?
Doggy paddle.
I could doggy paddle well, yeah.
Well.
So remember now, we've walked out there. We've got shoes on. You ever swam in shoes?
You can't.
I can't. You're right. I can't. They can. So, and we've got truck keys and wallets in our pocket and all that stuff, right? So
Blue jeans.
Well, I think we were in shorts.
We were in
Thank
shorts,
God. I would have probably died if
he'd
we'd
have
been
died.
blue
Yeah,
jeans.
100%.
But I didn't want to get my wallet wet, so pulled my wallet out. I got my wallet in my mouth.
Obstruction.
And look, I mean, I got, deviated septum issues already. So the mouth breathing's important, okay? Right? I mean, that's my method of living, right?
Blocking it with a big
and I'm going to
thing
stick
of
a
leather.
wallet in it, right?
And then exert himself.
And now we're going to swim around this tree. And in that tree, gosh, it's probably 40 feet out there into the river, so we're going on out there. Well, y'all, I get out there doing my doggy paddle, and I ain't going anywhere.
Pulling water.
I got shoes on full of water. I got a mouthful of wallet. The pulling of the water, I'm not moving. And I'm going down. Like I'm going down.
It gets deep quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was deep enough. But so anyway, this guy, my best buddy over here, Jonathan, my brother-in-law, he comes back for me. And thank goodness, he comes back to me. And look, I'm dying at this point. So I grab hold of Jonathan, right? He got close enough to me. I grab him and I just push him under, right? And thank goodness it wasn't so deep. When he hit bottom, I felt him hit. I felt him hit. And I just held him there while I caught my breath. So I get my breath and I pull, the way I remember it, I pull him back up, right? And I survived, obviously. Here I am. I survived. But I remember getting over there finally, and I'm like, you didn't even help, man. So what did you tell me?
I told him, I said, man, I learned that you're not supposed to go out here just like with Jonathan. He pushed him under the water. I said, my job is to wait till you drown and then go get you, and then do mouth to mouth.
And I said, and we were about 15 seconds from finding out how that would have went. I mean, I really, it was bad. It was a bad deal. But we's always finding ourselves in and look, so I almost died right there, right? I mean, literally, looking back on it, as a father now, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that.
I was a 16-year-old kid out there, man, that could have been terrible, right? But then on the way home from there, he's driving the Ford Ranger, and it's a one-seater, and there's 3 of us
Stick
in
shift.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
87.
Right. So I'm in the middle. So, I mean, I'm not letting him, I'm not his girlfriend. So I'm driving the stick,
Yeah.
and we come across, is that River Road?
Yeah, Upper River Road.
We missed a stop sign.
It's in behind brush and stuff, and we are in the middle of Upper River Road, and I hit the brakes. We slide sideways across there, come out, and grace of God, there wasn't a log truck coming down through there.
It's like, you know what? We need to just call
We'll
it
go
right
home.
here.
Let's go
Let's
home.
just call it. It was.
It's enough scouting for the day.
That's enough scouting for
That's
the day.
enough of everything.
There's a
We need to
lot of
part
bad
ways.
decisions in that one story.
Oh, listen, we were not good at it.
Mm-mm.
We were not good at it.
So Chris and I, we've known each other since we were. I don't remember meeting him.
Yeah, that's
know,
the way Shane and I are.
We I know this when I started first grade, we rode the school bus together, and we already knew each other. So we've hung out our whole entire lives, and which when that's the case, we've gotten into a lot of trouble. The only time that we didn't hang out, one of the only times we didn't hang out, was when we
weren't allowed to.
we weren't allowed to. Well, there's twice we weren't allowed to because we were
You've
burning.
been grounded from one
Oh
another.
yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
we got caught. We lit the back 40 on fire, burning
Literally.
bags of
Literally.
cans. We were lighting. We were young, but we were lighting. There were recycle bags of cans in the backyard, and we were lighting them on fire. They were supposed to be taken off, and I don't know why we were doing that, but we were doing it. Where we got a lighter, I don't know, but
And then we had to put it. We're trying to put it out
before the fire department.
So we're
comes.
running up to his house, and we're getting like the rugs in front of the door and stuff, and we're wetting them. And we were taking those rugs out there, and we're burning his mama's rugs up, beating the fire out. Yeah, so we got
Nothing burns in that.
it
But
did.
plastic, and then
you've
it
got
gets
to pick
in
up
the.
all the cans.
That's
again.
irrelevant, and
That's one of the craziest.
it was dumb, and but and then it gets the field on fire. So now that's where the problem is.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we were having fun watching the bag go up and not worrying about the
Yeah.
next steps, right?
Yeah,
Somebody had to call the fire
How old are
wagon.
we?
8.
yeah,
Right? Crime time.
Yeah.
That makes a little more
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not 16.
I was thinking.
we weren't that old yet.
The Bible says don't worry about tomorrow, but I mean,
That was a bit much. So that time, and then when we put my brother in the double Boston crab, were the only times that we weren't allowed to
Yeah.
hang out with each
you put
other.
him in the what?
So the Boston crab, you grab somebody, you get them on their belly, and you grab a foot in each arm, and you just kind of squat down on them.
Roll back.
You roll back and you bend somebody backwards. Well, the double Boston crab is one of you's got one leg and the other one's got the other, and you
They
just,
ain't no coming out the
Oh,
double
no.
Boston crab.
No, you ain't getting out of Boston.
So he had gotten us in trouble because he wanted to come play. We wasn't having it. So he goes and tells Mom, I get in trouble. So when he comes back down there and tells us that Mom said, we said, this is how this is going.
Recompense.
And we put
Yeah,
him
we
in-
got him
and
back.
rolled him up, and he goes home, and then I get another whooping. So this was a cycle for a little while. So we weren't allowed to hang out with each other for a
Does
little
he
while.
have? Does he have extreme back problems nowadays?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the only reason we didn't get to hang out after this event was because we didn't tell the truth about it.
Yeah.
But so back then when we were kids, it was like we lived in a neighborhood where there were enough kids to field 2 football teams and a baseball team and have like substitutions.
Yeah.
There were a lot of kids where we grew up, which leaves a lot of opportunities out there, So back then it was always a big deal. There were a lot of kids in the neighborhood, but nobody had a whole lot of money. So when you went to buy fireworks, all you really got was bottle rockets. If you got a Roman candle, that was there wasn't any of this big stuff that you see nowadays, right? It's bottle rockets, Roman candles,
Black cat.
Firecrackers.
Yeah, that's right.
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers. Maybe if you ever came across a cherry bomb, that was money, right?
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
I feel like we're on Joe Dirt now.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Like a fireworks salesman.
Yes.
Tweedledees,
That's
tweedledees.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So everybody had their stash of bottle rockets, and we'd build little bottle rocket guns out of PVC pipe and black tape or whatever we'd find. We'd make little guns with those things. We'd have, so somebody broke out a bottle rocket war, you's ready.
He's ready. Yeah.
you know.
to go.
Well, I'm up at his house one day, and the stash of bottle rockets was in there, but there were two that were bigger. They're like a big bottle rocket.
Like a Whistler, like a
Yeah, it
had a little bit of sparkle.
little more heft on it, bigger stick, thicker stick, and there's just a couple of them. And here again, y'all,
Special occasions.
that's right. That was like the showstopper right
When
there.
in
That's the
Rome.
big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't know why. We were in his bedroom. He shared bedroom with his brother. There's 2 beds in there. There's the stash of fireworks. I don't know how we arrived at a good idea to light one of them Whistler's off.
Same way we did with the garbage bags.
Yeah. So we.
In the house.
Oh yeah, we're in the bedroom. So now I'm holding this Whistler, and at this point I realized this was not a good idea.
It's happening quick too.
And listen, and there's other people in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, what are we gonna do? What do we do? And it's we got to think quick. Yeah, here we go. So there's his brother's bed. So we raise the mattress up and throw it between the mattress and the box springs and whew,
we got away.
that was a close call.
That's close.
That was close until
Mm-hmm.
his mama went to changing sheets a little bit later.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a
month,
while.
Somewhere,
It was a
long,
while.
long enough. We
weren't changing sheets every other day, right?
We
It was
weren't.
taking a little while.
Well, she probably had to flip the mattress.
Sure. Well, she finds that. It almost caught on fire. We
No,
didn't
I
even
don't
know.
know. I thought that was where the story
Yeah,
was
we
going.
didn't.
We don't know how that was.
Yeah, we don't. I guess it just smothered out of it,
Smoldered
but
out.
it burned.
It burned a big.
It
hole
burned a big hole.
in the box spring and the mattress.
And I don't remember exactly, but if knowing us, after it went off and we didn't get caught, we probably didn't stick around very long, right?
we were
We
gone.
probably out burning.
Yeah, we
garbage
gotta
bags.
go. We gotta
Yeah,
go.
we out.
Get these cans
Yeah,
up.
we out there. We out there.
Yeah.
We're out there. But your brother wore the whooping for
Yeah.
that one.
So
He toted one for
so,
it.
so
yeah.
mom, she comes in there
Man.
and she's like, "What happened?" And
Oh yeah.
it's his bed, his fireworks. We were even lighting it. I don't know. It wasn't us.
Wait a minute. You had the opportunity to fess up.
Yeah, I did. Nope, did not. Now, so all of it coming
Held
back.
her true,
so-
Reverend.
yeah.
Older true.
So coming back around, this stemmed also from all the double Boston crab and getting in trouble
yeah.
and stuff. So he
Oh yeah.
earned him one,
Yeah,
and he knows now, and mom knows. But obviously, yeah, I let him tote it with
So if I'd have known the truth about that one, we wouldn't have been able to play together.
yeah without a
I wouldn't have let you near my child.
How long did they separate you for? What is it? A
Oh,
week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Sometimes it was a while.
Yeah.
It felt like a long. And when you're best buddies,
That's a
it's
long time.
Yeah.
2 days is a long time.
Yeah.
Well, and as a kid, you don't know what time frame it is.
No.
I can ground my little girl for a day or 3 months. It don't
Yeah.
matter. It's the same time.
It's the same amount.
Yeah,
of
same
time.
amount of
that's-
time.
Yeah, but it was. We were running buddies, so if we split up, it was tough. I was
Yeah.
bored out of my mind.
we didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
We went fishing or hunting or something every single day.
every day.
And when his stepmom wouldn't let us go fishing, we would put a 5-gallon bucket out in the yard and cast
Practice
until
throwing
we
in
could
the
get to
bucket.
go.
Yeah,
And it'd make her so mad. She's like, "Can y'all not think about anything else?" And that was it. And then when it was hunting season, of course, we're shooting a bow out there.
yeah.
The whole time. So
Yeah.
we just always been around each other.
That's almost as bad. We've had one story told on the show that was worse than that, and they actually fished for rats.
Fish for rats.
Well, we didn't fish for
With brim
rats.
hooks.
We didn't fish for rats, but we would go to a little ditch. It was a ditch. We called it the stink hole
Oh yeah.
because it was beside I got to tell the sewage. So we had septic system put in our neighborhood. Eventually, it smelled like Shane.
No, shoot my
Oh,
boots
so-
early.
So we called this little place the stink hole, and we'd go down there with brim hooks, and we'd tear our flip flops up,
Just a little piece.
little piece of flip flop off, and throw it out there, and we'd catch them. We'd catch shad out of the
Yeah.
creek on them flip flops and
In the
stuff.
sewage?
Well, it was beside the pumping station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a film on it, but we weren't eating it.
but we
And
just
so,
called it.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
weren't
just
eating a three-eyed brim?
no.
But listen, when they put that septic system in up there, the they dug up, they laid the pipe in the roads, right?
Right down
So
the
it was
middle.
under the roads.
Right
And,
down the
put the
middle, yeah.
manhole in the roads.
Oh.
So the roads were shut down for a while. And look, back then, everywhere we traveled and stuff, we were on bicycles nonstop. I mean, we were always. Well, when they were putting those in, they put dump truck loads of gravel. We had 3 roads. This is the middle road to us, which is straight out the front of his house. And those dump trucks would come in there and dump those piles of gravel in there. Well, all the kids in the neighborhood would ride their bikes down there, and they was riding over the. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it was BMX track out there. I mean, that's what we lived for. We made our own BMX tracks. So having this one was awesome. Well, my parents had decided I didn't need to be down there in that construction. I didn't need to be. So I was not allowed to go down there, but I was dying to jump those rock piles because they're having a ball.
We're jumping
You can
from
hear
one
'em.
to the next. on
Oh,
some of
I'd go
them.
down there and watch. I just had to stand down there and watch them,
That's miserable.
From
Oh.
the road up to there too at the top road.
Oh.
It wasn't even allowed to be like down.
Yeah, I
with.
couldn't go
Too
down
many rules around here.
Yeah. So I've already proven how smart I was. So
Many times
yes.
today.
Oh yeah. So I remember leaving my bike in the front yard so everybody would know bike's here.
Yeah, he
Nothing to
ain't-
worry
he ain't
about.
riding no bike.
Nothing to worry about. Well, I go up to his house and he had to go in the house for something. And I knew he wouldn't mind me borrowing.
Oh,
his
great
bike.
opportunity. There's a bike right
Oh, yeah.
there.
That's
Please
right.
do.
That's right. So I grabbed that.
Mine's yours.
Yes, that's right. So I grabbed that bike. And look, and I know this is a short-lived experience. So when we're going to do this, we're going big.
Yeah. Been waiting on that.
Oh, this has been built, right? So I get on his bike, and it's a good run to the first rock pile. I mean, we're probably talking, I don't know what,
50 feet,
it's
50 feet maybe.
and it's slightly downhill.
3 miles, 4 miles.
2 miles. It's about the size of a cornfield.
I mean, seriously.
So I'm digging, baby. I mean, I'm flying at this point.
You're standing
right?
up, paddling.
Oh yeah, baby. Don't let up. And I hit that rock pile. And y'all, this was a dump truck load of gravel.
Like a tandem.
Oh yeah. So we're talking about a significant pile of rocks. Okay. I hit that thing. It's-
Channeling your inner pastrana.
Oh yeah, baby.
yeah.
Yes, I needed it. I hit that rock pile so fast that I went over said rock pile.
Not on the bike.
Oh, I'm on the bike.
Oh, you on the bike.
Oh, I'm on the bike.
It was
Oh, yeah.
glorious.
So here's what I remembered.
Pre-concussion.
So look, y'all. Y'all know how you can play memories back in your head, and it's like
Oh, and
watching
you're
the-
slow motion
Oh,
going
yeah.
over that rock pile.
Listen, I don't know how I got upside down, but I still to this day can see him coming out the front door, which is now, y'all, this
As
is,
you're doing your
y'all, this is
160.
50 yards up the road. And I can remember seeing him coming out the front steps of his house.
When I came out, tires up, and I'm going, oh, he's fixing to do it. This is,
No, he's in the middle of
We've
it.
been
Oh,
waiting on this
Oh,
right
yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah.
We've been waiting on this.
So the next thing I remembered is that I'm like face, I got a face full of pavement, and I'm like, I'm gonna get run over. Well, the road's closed, but when I'm coming to, I'm laying in the road. I gotta get out of the road. Somebody's gonna run over me. So I'm like belly crawling over to the ditch, and I roll over to the ditch. About the time I get to the ditch, he's running up. He's like, man,
It was awesome.
and look, I landed flat on my face.
Now you have a deviated septum.
Yeah,
Oh,
big
that's
time.
worse, yeah.
Oh, big time, right? And apparently, now that I'm older, cracked vertebrae in my neck.
Really?
Oh yeah, the handlebar hits me like in the pelvis.
Yeah.
But y'all, but y'all, I'm broke up. Like I'm. This
You
was
busted up.
This is a for real wreck.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. It was bad. But I'm.
No. You don't stop there. You don't just get busted up and I live through it and everything's fine. No.
Maybe we didn't get to play again.
Mama's got to find out at some point.
So look, I couldn't get back home, right? So I don't remember who ran back up to my house.
After I was air flighted.
yeah,
He should have been.
I should have been. I mean, like I couldn't I mean, you know, kids bounce back unless you're really hurt. You know, I was hurt. I mean, I had been knocked unconscious. I had multiple injuries, and I couldn't go. I mean, like Coach Woods would say, "You hurt or you injured?"
Yeah.
I was injured.
Injured bad.
I was injured, and I remember my stepmom coming down there to get me. You know, and I honestly didn't get in that bad of trouble because I was hurt.
Because you was hurt so bad.
I mean, I'm
Lesson was
bleeding.
learned.
Y'all, I mean, my big old nose took, I'm bleeding everywhere, and I'm hurt. I can't stand up straight. I've wrecked his bike.
Yeah, it's not rideable anymore,
Oh
probably.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was fine. It landed on him.
Yeah, he was upside down, remember?
The bike was fine.
Travis Pastrana there.
Whew. But it was a rough ride. Wow. It was a rough ride.
And he didn't get in trouble.
Man.
Minimal.
No.
I did. I got fussed at for letting him ride my bike, and I mean,
And he
I
wasn't-
didn't
he
mind.
wasn't even.
This
he wasn't
thing
even
is
out there.
stolen like your Jeep.
Oh,
I don't mind, but yeah, I didn't go.
Hot as a
hey,
$2
Ain't
pistol.
no doubt. He's down there trying to get the title changed for you.
I'd already put a
Six
fresh coat of
times
paint on it.
six title
Good
change.
call.
You could find a VIN number on that thing. Man, that reminds me of being down there at Jody's that time. I mean, just bicycles. I don't see kids riding bicycles much anymore.
No, it's not a very.
I mean, not that I never see them riding, but it just, used to. That
It's
was
rare. It's rare.
Oh, we went everywhere on those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
With all them kids, I mean, it looked like a gang.
Oh,
of
I bet
little bicycle.
We
but
thought we were. I
yeah.
mean, we'd be like, we're Grease,
Like
that,
Hartzell's
that
Angels.
movie,
Oh, yeah.
Play Grease, where they had all them
Yeah.
motorcycles. That was us, man.
Yeah.
We were them.
Yeah, it was a bunch.
All right, Chris. We got time for one more, and then we're going to do some gifts and scripture time.
Gotcha. All right. So I mentioned earlier, the Bigfoots. I was headed to Tennessee. So I'm up there on one trip, and guys, I am after the biggest buck. One of the biggest bucks, top two that I've ever had on camera that I ever had known about. The kind you name, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Gatekeeper. That's a good name. I felt like that was a good name for a deer, right? So I had found that deer during the rut the previous year, and he was I'd call him probably a 135-inch 10-point. Okay, he's a good deer, but he didn't, body-wise, didn't look that old. So I'm like, I can't even go in there. I got to ignore him. I want to see if he'll make it, So all summer, I watched this deer grow, and I have never seen a deer blossom that I have witnessed like this. That deer exploded. He went from this 135-inch 10-point to a 160-inch 11-point with a kicker coming off one of his back bases that was probably 8 inches long. And y'all, I had hundreds and hundreds of pictures of this deer from one season to the next, and I'm a good enough hunter that I knew it was just a matter of time. I was going to find that guy. It was going to work out. Well, sometime after the season had started, Gatekeeper disappeared on me.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, just vanished. And I'm like, where in the world? So it'd been long enough where I'm starting to get antsy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get antsy. And I'm like, I need to move around a little bit. So I go try to hunt the backside of these woods where this deer had lived for a couple of years. Well, we got a property line over there. So I go down that property line. I get on the property line.
Property suggestion.
Thank goodness I was on it. Okay. So I'm sitting on the ground because I'm just kind of scouting, hunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to move real quick.
Yeah. I was good. So I have, I got my orange hat on. I got my orange vest on. And I'm set up on the ground. Okay. Yeah. And I'm just hoping Gatekeeper has found his way in this general area. Well, after I'm sitting there for a little while, out there about 3 miles away, a couple 100 yards down there, out this man steps out. And my first thought was, well, there's a doggone, somebody's trespassing over here is what my thought was. Well, in just a second, I could tell, he's coming to me. And
you're visible.
And he's coming
at a steady pace.
Oh, steady pace. So
taking them long steps.
Yeah.
And he can do it.
And this guy's about 6'5", if I had to guess, maybe 6'6". He's pretty tall fella. Okay, so he's coming. So I left the gun, laying there, and I stand up and I'm going to meet him halfway, hey, this is obviously the landowner here that I'm starting to figure out. Well, he comes up there and I get within viewing distance of him, and it is country music star Daryl Worley. And he is not very happy
He hot.
with me, right? Brother Robin talks about getting invited out to the plowed dirt.
Uh-huh.
There wasn't any plowed dirt, but if
He was
there
doing
was,
some inviting.
thank good, it was close, right? He was not happy, and I understand. I mean, I ended up, I was right on the property line, and he's like, "Why are you on my property line? You got all this land out there," and he was mad, and I get it. As a landowner, I get why he was mad. So I felt compelled, in order to help me in this situation, I said, "Hey, I'm only hunting one deer." I said, "Let me show you." And I was reluctant. I was reluctant to tell anybody. But y'all, he was
Another
mad.
bad decision.
But
in a bind.
listen, he's mad.
He's
Yeah,
in a bind.
but he
He's
can be
ma-
mad.
he-
I can
he's-
walk
he's
on the
mad.
edges if I want to.
So I said, "I'm only going after this deer." And I pulled up the picture. And he looks over at that deer and he goes, "Buddy, that deer's dead." Y'all,
He couldn't have said anything worse. could he?
listen, I promise y'all, I went down to my knees. I was like, because I had dedicated a couple of seasons, let this deer go. I've been tracking and watching this deer. I mean, I'm sick. And it went from him being, my reaction was obviously so bad. He went from like pretty angry with me to, "Buddy, it's all right. There's other deer out here." And I'm
He's
like,
consoling you now.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
he's consoling me. He's like, "I tell you what." He said, "I tell you what, why don't you just sit back down?"
Yeah, you have seat over there.
like he can tell, like I'm physically ill.
You don't come across 160 inch deer.
No. This was a giant. It was a giant. And I'm like, "What happened?" And, did you get him? And he goes, "No, listen." He said, somebody, guy down the road there kept driving down the road and something was smelling out here. And they're like, somebody hit a deer. And he said, and his young boy goes over there and they find the deer dead. And he pulled out his phone. He goes, "Look, and they had a picture of the deer's head. They'd cut the deer's head off.
He was
And
hit by a car.
That's what they said.
Mm.
So, yeah, I kind of felt that way too. But, so it was absolutely gatekeeper. Okay. Absolutely. And I'm just like, that's the only reason I'm here. And I'm like, I'm apologizing for being there. And he said, here again, I'm distraught. He said, "Buddy, look, here's my number. If you need my help while you're up here, I'm telling you, sit back down. Something else will go by." I'm like, I'm
going
home.
to the
I'm going
house.
home, right? So I walk back to my Ranger, and it's getting close to dark, and I've got to drive back through the club to through the list. And there's other people hunting, so I'm like, I might as well just sit at the Ranger until it gets dark. I don't want to mess anybody else up. I've already had it. So I'm texting him. I'm belly aching to everybody that'll listen, right? And I'm sitting there, and I look up and I catch movement, and this buck steps out at about 50 yards. And I'm still so distraught. I shot the buck honestly in like anger.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You dead.
Yeah.
You going home with me.
Well, I shoot this, but it's a 130-inch 9-point, and I'm not happy.
On Daryl Worley's property.
No, that's not true. That's not true. So I shoot this deer, and I'm like, boom, and like it falls, and I'm just like, there we go. Well, as soon as I shoot the deer, my phone vibrates, and I look, and it's Daryl. He goes, "Was that you?" I said, "Yeah." "What'd you shoot?" I was like, I think it's a pretty good 9-point. I'm gonna go up here and look at it, And I go up there and take a picture of it and send it to him. He's like, "Dude, that's a great deer. That's a great deer."
It is a good deer.
So I take it, it gets dark. I take it back, and I'm still, everybody at the camp is like, "Dude, that is a stud." And I'm just like, kind of moping around the camp. And they're like, "What is wrong with you?" Because I ain't told anybody hardly.
Oh, you don't tell
right?
nobody that.
And I'm like, that ain't the big one.
That ain't the deer I'm after.
The big one's dead, But I end up, I got the deer mounted, and
It's the Daryl
It's
Worley
the
buck.
Daryl Worley buck. And I tell everybody I killed that deer the day Daryl Worley broke my heart. And y'all listen, let me say this. Daryl Worley is a great guy. He's a Christian guy. He uses his platform to talk about God and talk about Jesus. Super great guy. I mean, so how we met was kind of
It is kind of weird.
It was tension. It was tension at first.
Yeah.
But y'all, that is one of the greatest guys. I mean, he's just super guy. But I've always got that memory. That was the day
pretty
Daryl
cool.
Worley broke my heart.
That is a cool story. He probably wrote a heartbreaking story about that. He kind of sings those kind of songs.
I don't think he has.
Well, he needs to. Daryl, here it is. There's your opportunity. If you watch by chance the Hayden Alabama
That's
podcast, here's your next song. Well, he was kind to you that day after y'all kind of worked through your situation. We've had a number of people be kind to the Hayden Alabama podcast. We want to quickly go through. We've got a number of gifts, and we're appreciative for every single one of them, but we want to showcase the gifts that we've been given, and we're just going to start at the top and move down. Here's the first one.
That's the hat I was looking for.
Feathered Obsession. And
5 panel.
we got a number of hats here that they have given us and some t-shirts. Shane can open up one of those and let everybody see that. He wrote us a nice letter as well. Nice young guy. I called him. And so we absolutely appreciate these shirts and you following the show. We're super thankful.
But I like that one. It's got the bulldozer on it.
I like that.
He's thinking about hunting while he's
I
on the
like that
bulldozer.
turkey out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep moving here. Got a no. Now, this is from Saved and Southern, but look what they did. So, Saved and Southern makes their own products. Look what they make.
Look at that.
Hayden Alabama podcast. You was bragging on them the other day.
Look at this. So, they made us some hats with our logo on them, a nice patch.
That's really cool.
Appreciate you guys a lot, but that's not all. We got some new Saved and Southern shirts.
That's what I'm talking about.
So y'all can check them out. Good folks, man. Got to meet them at the deer show and everything. Stayed in contact.
We're still going?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, we got 4 or 5. Seriously. Now this in here.
This in here.
I looked in the box, but I didn't get to the bottom.
This is Rustic Blue Farms. Got a couple of hats there. Got some nice paper towels just in case we need those.
You're crying. Maybe you're crying a little bit.
Check these shirts out. Unwrap one of those shirts for us. Got several of them. A number of shirts in here. But there's some things wrapped that I really want to get to. I want to see what's in this.
You hadn't unwrapped anything, huh?
Now this is
look out.
unlabeled.
Look out.
You know Mama made that.
Somebody made this. This is fig preserves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Cajun pickled eggs.
Look out.
Now I don't know if they got that Campdog in them.
Why did I have one of them?
Blueberry jam.
That looks
We
fantastic.
need a biscuit.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna get some of them pickled eggs.
Last
Take them
but
with
not
me.
least, pear preserves.
Oh,
Man, thank y'all so much. I can't wait to put those on a biscuit. We may even share with you guys if y'all act right.
I'll eat one.
The farmer, he is the harvest. That's cool.
As you can see, I want to say these waters that we've been drinking today were a gift.
Yeah.
So, and they're a local company, but a follower of the show sent us a couple of cases. He said, I want to send y'all some real water. So he sent us some Blue Springs
I've
water,
enjoyed it.
and we're enjoying that. I've got at least one more. You got anything over there?
I got a card.
You got a card?
Shane and Philip.
Oh, yeah. So grab those real quick. So they're right there behind you on the shelf. So this is from Neil. You guys remember Neil. He sponsored the show with Toe Tether.
Said, enjoy a taste of New Hampshire.
So he's from New Hampshire and he sent us some
Buttermilk
custom,
pancakes.
what I would call some custom New Hampshire gifts.
Wow.
Some
Corn
maple syrup.
sugar, coconut oil, maple, saltwater taffy.
And last but not least,
That's a haul.
It's Christmas around here.
No, I'm sorry,
we got two more.
Last but not least.
this one I haven't cracked this one open. But
hold
this was, hold this one for just a second. So I'm gonna be careful how I say this.
Why?
As you can see, well, the audio listeners
Oh, I
And
got
see
you.
how I can mess this up.
BUCKKRAK.
So this is buck crack.
Yeah.
Mm.
Crack it open.
That's clever.
And what this is, we met them at the deer show. They gave the crack and sniff different flavors, and you put this
In the
in
cornmeal.
your corn, and you get an extra attractant. So it
Cherry.
says, cherry.
This is probably green apple, I would guess.
And I think this is more like an original
Persimmon,
than an
maybe.
apple. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I know he's on for sure TikTok. So you can find that on TikTok and get your own buck crack.
Very good.
You notice I hit the syllables on that.
I like it.
I want to do well with that.
Enunciate.
And then this is from Jacob. I'm not going to say your last name because I don't know if it wants to, but this is JWH Game Calls. I'm hoping that
This is going to be one we're going to put it on Waddell and
I hope so.
Oh, look out. Look out.
I'll let you open that right there.
oh man, that's what I'm talking about. A trumpet.
There we go.
Get that attention, son.
Gotta practice that one. That's awesome.
Show it to him. It's pretty.
That is pretty.
Beautiful. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Listen.
About dropped it. I won't drop it.
Awesome, man. Thank you all so much. We just we're humble
Mm-hmm.
that people just they're kind. They appreciate what we're doing, and they send us these gifts. So I might have to clear the table before we do scripture time.
Hey, that's
But to each and every one of you guys, thank you. Thank you for these gifts that you've given Hayden and Gun Podcast. You probably couldn't hear anything I was saying. I'll say it one more time. Thank you without the comment. All right, let's get to scripture time. Grief is something that we all are aware of. If you've lived any amount of time, you've had some things go on that just deeply trouble you. And I can't imagine going through that alone. That's the first thing that I say. And we've had something hit our community recently that was very difficult. And it has created that. But thankfully, there's a great hope as well for that situation. But Jesus, one of the things I love about Jesus is that he lived and experienced all the things that we go through.
that's right.
And that's what we're going to see today. We're going to look at the account of Jesus raising Lazarus. But specifically, we're not going to read the whole thing. We're going to go to where he spends a little time with Mary and Martha, who had just lost their brother. But going back before that, because I'm going to give a quick synopsis before we get to the point. So Jesus is told that Lazarus, his really good friend, was sick. And then Jesus waits 4 days after he's told that he's sick. Because in Jerusalem, they're trying to kill Jesus. I mean, they're just looking for him so that they could apprehend him and do away with him. But after 4 days, he tells the disciples, I'm going to Jerusalem. And so he meets Mary and Martha along the way outside of Jerusalem, and that's where we are today. This is John chapter 11. I'm going to start reading at verse 30, but that's not where the story starts. It says, Jesus had stayed outside the village at a place where Martha met him. When the people who were at the house consoling Mary saw her leave so hastily, they assumed she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep. So they followed her there. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell at his feet and said, Lord, if only you had been here, my brother would not have died. So you feel her heart in that situation. She knew that she had seen Jesus heal people. She knew the power that he had. And she's not, I don't think, being ugly to Jesus. She's just telling him, man, if you would have been here, you could have kept him alive. You could have healed him so that he didn't have to die. And she also had a number of people with her that were weeping during this grieving time. Verse 33, when Jesus saw her weeping and saw the other people wailing with her, a deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. And he said, where have you put him? And Jesus was troubled. Not this foreign, unable to just experience what's going on. And they told him, Lord, come and see. Then Jesus wept. And so God in flesh in that moment weeps when he sees how Mary and Martha and these people are trying to cope with losing a loved one. And I love that because it makes it real personal. that he can experience the same, experience what we're experiencing. The people who were standing nearby said, "See how much he loved him." But some said, this man, talking about Jesus, healed a blind man. Couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying? Jesus was still angry as he arrived at the tomb, a cave with a stone rolled across its entrance. It says, "Roll the stone aside," Jesus told them. But Martha, the dead man's sister, protested, "Lord, he has been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible." She's still thinking about the here now, not what Jesus can really do. Jesus responded, "Didn't I tell you that you would see God's glory if you believe?" And so that's where I want to stop. Obviously,
You can go back and finish the story, but the key to that is if you believe. And so if you're dealing with grief today, you're going to deal with grief if you live long enough time. But you don't have to deal with grief alone. You can believe in Jesus Christ and have somebody there with you, a comforter who has been through, who understands what we go through, and who loves us and wants to help us in our time of grief. And so, but the key is believing. I don't know how people go through grief without Jesus. I really don't. In the encounter that's happened recently, that's been the shining spot, the only shining spot of that situation, is they knew that he believed and had a relationship with Jesus Christ. And even though he had lost his life here, he had gained his life eternally. And so the application that I want to just encourage, I think there's 2 applications that we can take from this night at least. I'm sure there's more, but 2 really quickly. The first application is for a believer. If you do have a relationship with Jesus Christ and you've gotten to this place where you're trying to go through your grief without being in prayer with him, asking Jesus to help you with your grief, you're not turning to him, putting your faith in him at all and leaning on him, I want to encourage you to do that. Turn back to him. Ask him to meet you in your grief. He knows what it's like. And I think he wants to help us in those times. But secondly, if you're going through grief without Jesus Christ, you don't have to. He's still in the saving business as far as I know.
That's right.
And you can call out to Jesus Christ right now in prayer and ask Jesus to be your Lord and Savior. And you can never have to endure grief alone again. And so that's what I would want to say about that passage. What do y'all have to add to that?
Well, I think you nailed it with, everybody is going to deal with that pain. Everybody's going to have a spot in their life. And you're right. I mean, if you feel alone, like there's no one there, that's the one of many things that makes God and Jesus so awesome, is that imagine a God who doesn't have to. He never had to feel that pain if he didn't. I mean, he chose. Mm-hmm. He chose to put himself in a vulnerable position, feel the type of things that we can feel, and feel that pain to the point of it made him weep. He can understand and recognize your pain and know where you're at. And what an awesome God to be able to relate to that type of feeling with us.
Amen. It means a lot to me. I couldn't imagine, because I think, is it the deists that believe that, God created everything and then he was just isolated, where he didn't have anything to do with
Just create it and let it go.
Create it and let it go. And that's not a personal God to me. That's very foreign, hands off. But that's not what we have in the Bible.
That's right.
And I'm thankful for that.
Amen.
And I'm thankful for you guys.
Thank y'all.
Man, I'm honored. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's great.
It was fun.
We love it every time, and we
great.
loved your stories, man. We got to cut up with you a little bit. Miss Joy, it's okay. It's okay. I'm saying this. I hope it makes the cut. Maybe you don't need to tell her what you told her, so it can make the cut.
I'm not going to your house. I'm going home.
That's right.
You'll need to handle that.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's always beautiful Shane and I have a great friend in Shane, and it's always great to see how God brings people together, and y'all have had a great friendship. And I love what you said. I don't know when I met Chris. I've said that. That's what I always say about. They say, "How long have you known each other?" I don't remember meeting him.
Yeah.
And that's a
my
gift.
whole life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people don't ever get this, what y'all got and what we've got. Most people never know a friendship of any amount of time, really. They have acquaintances and stuff like that, but they don't have a true friend that'll call them and get on them. You know, he's gotten on me before, you know, about stuff. Yeah. You know, but most people don't ever have that, you know. So terrible decision maker. Good friend, terrible decision maker.
Just don't ask him for advice. You'll be all right. Yeah. Well, man, we appreciate it. That's going to do it tonight. Hey, Now Bound Podcast. I'm Philip.
I'm Shane.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Chris.
We'll see you guys next week.